All right, so welcome to the exchange. So, first and foremost, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just here to give you my opinion on what I see in the stock markets. Looking to the left to see what has happened, then looking to the right to see what may happen. Do your own due diligence. Make sure you invest money in things you know about. If you don't know, invest in yourself and learn. That's the best way you can make money out here and have some security in these markets. So, let's look at what happens to stock markets so we can get a better idea and some security in exchange. Welcome to the Exchange Show.
All right, welcome to your episode of the Exchange. This week we're talking about our favorite stocks. We're going to add like one or two on. Of course, we're going to talk about SPY first. And I personally was looking for a turn back around, but as you know, we did have an assassination attempt on ex-President Trump, and this could be a fundamental change in what a lot of people may be thinking. So, if you thought the market was going to pull back, it may give you a boost at this time. So, why am I saying that? Well, we broke above a resistance. We had a touchdown here at an entry. I was looking for an entry here to the downside. I actually did a play. I lost like 40 something dollars because as soon as I started my play, right there at like 556, 20 or 15, it just completely turned around on me. So I just cut it. And it is what it is. You ain't going to win all of them. With this one, though, we still are in an uptrend. Okay, you can still say that. Now I'm looking at 569. Algorithm is saying 566, maybe the top. I'll go and I'll say just based on round numbers. So I'm at 61 now. I'm looking for 69 or 70. I'm not going to be too greedy, but that's based off of fundamental news because you can get a really big push based off of what is happening in the world, not just technical analysis. So just be wary if you're going to be in the chart. Make sure you're seeing everything, not just one part. So I will look at the 4 hour real quick with the algorithm on, and we are looking pretty bullish here. Uh, but we have this resistance, and we've hit this resistance twice now, haven't broken above it. So this was my entry right here, and as soon as I played it, it came down a little bit, and then it just started going up. So I cut it like here, like right at the top of this candle, that candle right there. I just cut it because I was like, I'm not going to lose any more money. I'm probably right. I'm just getting in too early. I got a buy signal here on this candle. So this is chop. I don't want to trade chop. I just want straight clean trends. So right here, I'm just waiting for this resistance at 561 to be broken with volume. Okay, so it has to be broken with volume. Currently, we're looking at volume that is going down. So last strongest volume was here on June 28th, and that was this candle right here. And that was a negative volume. Volume has been going down, but we're going up. And I already talked about divergence. I just got a signal here. Look for signs to the downside. And this is the time to start looking for pullbacks in the SPY. But once again, fundamental news can change that. So what I'm saying is I'm looking for signals to short SPY. But because of the fundamental news, I cannot. I have to go with the trend at this time. So I'm just going to be patient and wait. So the next one is, of course, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is up now to 60,000. Okay, 60,000. It came down here for entry. And I was looking because the way I play this, I play it with the BITO ticker. I don't really buy Bitcoin anymore. I just don't. None of the platforms are making it easy. And I don't like Coinbase. So I'd rather just play with an ETF. I do it with options. I just got a buy signal here yesterday on, well, Saturday. So now we're at 60,000. All right. The next place I'm looking to take profit is 63,000. That's the 48-day moving average. After that, it's right at 64,000 and change. Why is it I don't want to be too greedy? Well, it's because Bitcoin is very volatile. It could shoot up this in literally a day or 2 hours. I'm currently still in a sell and the actual strength of the market. Until I get a nice little turnaround here, I get my three-way. That's going to be a three-way agreement between the 14-day moving average, the 48-day moving average, and the indicator here, the Fairdox 2. That will tell me, hey, off to the races, go to the moon. That's the next high. But until then, I'm just going to target the 48-day moving average as my strike price for an option. And that'll be in this ticker here, BITO. So what that will do is I will say the 200-day moving average, which is $23 for BITO. After that, I will look for the $24 or $25 range for the 48-day moving average. So here is my strike price, $23 flat, and here is my strike price, $24.70 to $25 for the 48-day moving average. And that coincides with Bitcoin for me. That's just me. But I'm still looking for a good entry to the upside. So in the daily time frame for BITO, I don't have that. But in the 4-hour, I got a buy signal a couple days ago on July 8th. I'm just waiting for that nice push above this level right here, which is $20.60. If I get to push above that with volume, I'm in. So that's it for that part. Let's talk about Tesla. Tesla in the daily time frame, it hit that resistance at 263. Very happy with Tesla so far. I mean, hey, it had its pullback, it came back here. And why do we have this little bar here? Because it had a gap. And it came back, it almost filled this whole gap. So if Tesla comes back on next week and it pops down to about 226, don't get too excited. That's really going to bring you down here to the 50 line in this indicator, and that's a good place to get in for another call or buy, because this is most likely a good pullback to push us above 263, which will then be 293 as our next area of resistance. That's going to be our next area we want to get to for profit. So if you think Tesla is going down, it might, but this can also be a really good place for you to load up a little bit more and play it to the upside. So that is so far. We talked about SPY, we talked about Bitcoin, we talked about Tesla. Oh, I want to talk about a sector, the industrial sector. I'm looking at that right now for some plays. And I also want to talk about Nike. So I want to talk about Nike first, because we talked about it before, and the reason we were talking about it because it created this giant gap, just like Starbucks. So currently I got, hey, you need to start looking for entries to the upside. I just got 2 indicators saying, hey, look to the upside. This could be the actual bottom. If it goes any further down, because I had 74.21 as the area I was looking at, it went through there. So why did I have that? Because I'm being patient. I'm going back. It has gone down to $61 before. It has gone down to $70 before. So with that being said, let's look at the candles over here. In the daily time frame, you notice this was a gap from 76 down to 74. That gap has been filled. We have an institutional candle right here. I'm waiting to see if this candle is going to be broken. That means, is this going to be filled up? Because there may be orders here waiting, algorithmic orders that were placed here back in March of 2020, waiting to be filled. Now let's look at that and let's be very clear. After 2020, March of 2020 was the last time it was down here. We went on a big run. Now if you notice, it didn't go straight up. Okay, you went sideways for a while, but let's keep it 100% honest. Does anyone see the world without Nike? Like, no one's going to buy any more Nikes? Let's just take that to there. The peak on that run was 137% up, and that took 85 days for 137%. It topped out up here at $146 and change, and that's not even all of it. Not even all of it. So if we're coming back down to that same area to fill that one institutional candle, it may do that. And then I would just target the earnings area of about $94, $95 up to pretty much 100. Let's just make it real. It's a gap up here at 100 for the earnings before that. So I would just do a call for 100 as far out as I can take it, and then just wait for the money to roll in. So that's Nike, but that's just how I'm going to play it. So if you would like to do that, feel free. Remember, do your own due diligence, and let's look at United Airlines as one of the industrials that we're going to cover. We're still looking for it to fill that gap area down here, and that gap has been slightly filled, not completely, but slightly, and it is still going towards that demand and earnings area. So it's a big magnet down here. I missed it. I was hoping it would just slightly break the $46.50 range, but it just ran right through it a whole dollar. So I missed my entry on this. Um, so now it's at like 44 bucks. So the thing about it is this. I'm looking at it in a daily time frame. I'm going to continue to look at it in that 4-hour time frame. I'm right here trying to break this area. It may be a good quick little play to the $42 range, but I have to see that volume. It has to be good selling volume going down. The last one I had that was strong was this candle right here. And that means it picked up a lot of orders in this gap. But there's also a demand zone down here that probably has a lot of orders as well. So United Airlines had a head and shoulders pattern, continued down. I want to see if this is going to be the bottom of it, the bottom for it to continue up. And there was one more in industrials I wanted to look at. There was, hold on. Well, we all know about Boeing. Let's not even do that. Oh, this one, 3M. So in 3M, you'll notice that it's been having a great old time. The reason I'm looking at 3M is specifically for this. And it is looking like it wants to do it. So I have this area here. We're going to call it for what it is. This is a supply. And it looks like we are going to get because this is the first one, but let's do it here. Are we going to get this? Let's see if this is going to be an M pattern, because right now we have double touches. We have a gap here. So this is giving me places I want to take profit. And let's see, there was a gap there that got filled in there. And if you want some more areas of interest, let's see. Well, yeah, you can see this is going to be a critical area too. So these areas at 99.76, 97.61, and 95.32 look like good areas for entries. And my target would then be this area down here, which then coincides with this gap. And we're going to make that a demand. So there's a gap in a demand area. There's a demand area. There's areas to get in and get out. And we are currently here. It looks like a double top has been formed. Rejection in a supply zone. So let's see if this is going to line up with a good M pattern play. Fingers crossed. So that's it for the exchange this week. I hope it helped you and hope your portfolio stay green. Learn to wait for that win. See you next week.